Yeah.
You all want to be on TV.
Do we want to have a quick look through the builds then?
We could do. I will start on the blue team since they're here. So I can do the blue and you can do the red if you want.
Sure.
We don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Exactly. High five from across the seas. So going over to I picked the person who I can't say their name.
It's German hübsches Asura Mädel, which actually means pretty Asura female, or Asura woman.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. This build is going to be a fairly standard bunker support build for the Guardian, of course, running with the Cleric's Amulet, the Rune of the Soldier, and the 01661 trait spread with the altruistic healing and also the pure voice main traits there. Going over to Rena, he's going to be playing the Thief, going to be rolling with the sword and offhand dagger, with the short bow and also with the Rune of Strength and the Berserker's Amulet. So he's going to be rolling with the 20066 build, and he's going to be dodging all over the shop and hopefully going to be building up the might in the fights. And as the fights go on, I guess...
And actually not going for the Infiltrator signet, but the signet of agility to get some more condition removal as well as the precision.
And Dagger Storm.
Oh, Dagger Storm. Didn't even notice that. That might be quite interesting to see how they're going to apply that in the match.
I've seen people using Dagger Storm more recently, like in the last week.
Yeah, but mostly on different builds.
Yeah, not on this one. Wouldn't have thought about that in this build. That's a bit odd. Okay. Is there anything else in that build that you would like to point out as you are the thief
no.
man?
Not
Cool.
that I see.
Fair enough. Go to the Ranger. He's going to be running, 02660 build. It looked like it was going to be Spirits. I'm not sure if he's going to change that out because it looks like it's got Sikkim there. I'm not sure they're giving a massive amount away here. Molten Greatsword, he is one of his weapon sets with also the sword and the Warhorn at the moment. I think he might just switch that out because he might be trying to get something in at the start of the game. Going for the Rune of Melandru and the Soldier's Amulet. Just having a look at some of these traits here.
The trait distribution, if I'm not totally mistaken, is basically what people are running currently with a Spirit build. But
yes, but not
going from his utilities, especially Rampage as one Beastmaster. Haven't seen that in a while. Could be interesting to see what he's gonna make of that. I know I'm not that knowledgeable about Rangers, especially because people rarely use them nowadays.
Well, the wilderness is still very, very survivable. He's got a lot of regen and the vigor, and he's also got the condition removal from pet in that tree. And then going for Nature's Magic, of course, he does have the protection again, removing the blindness and the poison with that evasive purity, which is quite nice. And so when you use his survival skill as well, it's not bad. It's going to help him. It's going to be very survivable. With Soldier's Amulet, I'm not amazingly sure. So he's still going to be quite bunkery, but out the spirits.
So let's go on to the Elementalist to not waste too much time on the builds.
Okay. He's rolling Staff at the moment. I'll check his traits to see if that's actually going to be the case. Rune of Strength
Runes is probably going to mean he's going to switch to Dagger. Most of the time.
He's not got that trait as well, so he will be Dagger. So he's going to be, probably bunker a point quite well, also building up might for his teammates and doing some cleansing as well. It's going to be nice wherever he is, really, to be honest. Going over to the Mesmer, finally, he's going to be using the Greatsword with the Staff and also the Rune of the Traveller for the extra run speed around the map. As he's not got any other speed other than obviously the blink and the portal and whatnot. Berserker's Amulet, and he's going to be going with 44006, the standard Shatter build, and going to be interesting to see. I don't know him at all, if I'm honest, or maybe I know him in another form and I don't recognize his account name, but we'll see how well he plays that. He's running with mass invisibility as his elite as well, so it's between that and Time Warp normally, mostly at the moment. So over to the red
Moa
team.
can wreck a team as well, especially the bunkers, or if there's some nasty power necro in there.
That's it.
So let's have a look at the red team in Karl We Trust. A new team I think, pretty much formed today. They might actually have a sub in as well, because they haven't quite finished forming, one could say.
Okay.
We've got Zingy de Moyboy on a warrior, looks like a standard hambow build, longbow, and the hammer, strength rune, soldier's amulet, so the defensive variant of that, with the trait distribution of 00626. Going over to the thief, Fixilf team? Yeah, Fixilf team, okay. Running a sword dagger build with a short bow, of course, strength rune, berserker's amulet, and the standard 20066 build, and he's got infiltrator signet, so no difference.
No surprises.
No surprises, exactly. Moa is running a condition necro with a staff, scepter dagger, traveler runes, rabbit amulet, and 06404, so no big surprises there.
No, not really.
That's pretty much what he always plays.
Yeah, people either go for the Traveler's Rune or they're going for the Nightmare Rune, really, on that. If they're going conditions, of course. So it's, he's
Traveler's
just
Rune
using
is
it to
really
get around
handy
it.
to give the necro some ability. The Guardian on there looks like a shout bunker build, has mace, focus, staff, soldier's rune, cleric's amulet, as well as 01661 in the traits. And last but not least, the elementalist blue marine is running currently a staff, probably switching to dagger with a celestial amulet and 00266, pretty much the only distribution we're seeing on elementalist lately.
Pretty much.
I was really surprised to see some fresh air allies on NA when we played, and it was fun to crit them for 7k. But it's not, they don't come out that often on EU. Well, that's the build, so we could basically give them the go ahead.
We could do. I could do that if you want. Let's go. Let's go, Jimmy.
Let's go with some enthusiasm.
So new teams, dude. This is quite good on our first map, which is going to be Forest of Niflheim. As they're just about to ready up, 2 bosses, of course, that you can kill to get 25 points, and you get 50 stats each. From the start of them spawning, they will respawn after 3 minutes if they are killed. And yeah, pretty much that's the only other mechanic in boss-wise.
Otherwise, pretty much business as usual. 3 capture points, 1 point every 2 seconds for every capture point, and 5 points per stomp. First to 500 wins. And we've got the ready ups. Game's gonna start in a couple of seconds. We've got in Karl We Trust, a new team on the red side, and Voyage on the blue side. Let's see the splits.
Voyage. Such a great name. Voyage. So we see they're all they're kind of, no one's crossing at all at the moment, actually, and they're all well, actually, Red Thief is kind of paranoid maybe that anyone is crossing, so he's kind of going to hang back. Moa's doing the good thing. He's going around the back of the keep at the moment to engage on that fight. There's no one in blue side who's actually done that, and the actual blue Mesmer looks like he was trying to just have a look from behind as well to see if anyone was there, and already it looks like Tiki is almost down.
Oh,
he's
nice.
down indeed, so fast.
And the stomp goes through. It's nice to take the Guardian out in the first couple of seconds. That's gonna be a big advantage for the team fight.
Wow.
But they and we pretty much have a completely stationary backpoint defender with the Ranger Wolven Spirit just standing on the point, not leaving an opening for the thief, and a little bit of an off-point battle. We actually saw the portal in use to get back there. Don't know if that was actually necessary, but now Fixie is making some problems for the Mesmer. Just taking him out of the fight there, he might need some assistance. And red team not faring that well. We see all 3 players here pretty much on half HP. Blue Marine currently the focus. Little Chrissy is chasing him as well as the thief. So they want to take him out completely off point, which would be brilliant for Stomp possibilities. But Bane Valentine now down as well as Blue Marine. So Stomp double down state on the red side. We've got 1 up, we've got the 2nd up, we had some stealth, Azuba Valentine still down, and Blue Marine managed to vapor form away and get back to safety. So not that much damage to keep the people down. And not really a serious stomp try there. People just wanted to get themselves back up, but now again, really good from the blue team, just the AoE getting everyone down at once.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at both teams at the moment, just on the bars at the top. We've got a lot of boons coming out for both teams, and the condition removal's quite good. But unfortunately, it looks like Blue Marine's really kind of on the bad end of things at the moment, and Zingy is down just on point now as well. And you've got to kind of give it almost to Blue, but I think Azuban's just gone down as well. It's
Oh, nice
very messy
interrupt on
up
the
there
res,
at the
and
moment.
they got through it. Had the poison on there as well, and Blue Marine now going down. Zingy is down. Moa's trying to res, but he's too low. We've got Vapor Form Tricky going down with the res. Try Moa last second Death Shroud and trying to get out of it, but if a thief chases him, he's pretty much over.
Doesn't feel like
now they have the gap. No,
yeah, it doesn't.
Well, pretty sure.
I think they have. Yeah, it doesn't actually feel like there's a lot of focus damage, like single target. It's all cleave. That's what it feels like, and it doesn't really feel like there's actual like proper focus targets at the moment in that mid fight. It looks like Blue are just kind of hanging around, free man hanging, because they've wiped the team. They can kind of just wait around and see what happens. They're not going to push far because
And
they don't want to
actually
push on
using
the
the time
respawn.
to do a chieftain, just pretty safe now that the people have to respawn, and you can take care of that pretty quickly. But they're a little bit overcommitting here. They're too far in the front. We see them kind of gathered around in front of the keep, and we have two people still. Oh, Mesmer going for the mid because Moa engaged first. A little bit of a distraction maneuver and the portal to make it a little bit quicker. And now the strong engage from the red team on the far point.
Yeah, I did. You saw Morrow running around the keep to the backside as well. He might have been just a bit of a plant to kind of put them off to actually make them think that they were going to go there. But actually, the two blue guys that came back to kill the boss actually kind of saved them a little bit, but not too much. So they can actually come back and defend that quite easily now. We do see the blue team having a bit of difficulty on this cap. Azuban's quite low, as well as sorry, that's Wolven's Spirit. So it's nice to see how he's doing in this build. He's actually surviving quite well on the point at the moment. Nice to see the Greatsword on the Ranger as well. It's kind of different play that we actually normally see in ESL Weekly, which is kind of nice. And saying that, he's actually got a good. Someone's got to go in for the res. Not many people can because he's actually gone down himself. Zubu's down, and also I think we're going to see
We have a
full-on
complete
team
wipe, and we also had kind of a split between three people who went down almost simultaneously. Got them all low, so there is not much focus going on. We got the thief in mid for a possible decap on keep because the Guardian bunker went on for the decap on far point, just because you knew they were wiping. The red team is still a little bit busy with getting the stomps, but a thief can always split from the team fight, no matter what time it is. And is he going to get on point?
Exactly.
Trying to get the
Don't
immobilize. Another
Oh,
one.
there he
That
is.
didn't come through. And he got on point. But currently nothing ticking for the blue team. But they have built up quite the lead to at least have some time to reorganize themselves.
Yeah, I think so. Red needs some support. Here we go. There's loads of blue now on this mid cap at the moment. Do you see the Ranger and versus Moa currently over on the Henge, just trying to get that decap as soon as possible. Red are really coming back now with the 2 cap on the side nodes and leaving that midpoint at the moment open. Of course, did delay Blue getting some points, but they have got that back just now. Red look like they're pushing back over towards the Henge to keep that point. It does look at the moment like Fixel is just going to go down just on the bottom of the stairs on the west side of the keep. Unfortunately, not having much luck. Zingy trying to go for that res, but the port didn't really help him at all there, unfortunately. And maybe a little bit of communication error there because that port actually probably killed him. He might have actually been able to get him up as well because he still had endure pain.
I'm a bit surprised that the thief engaged on the henge point that early. It was against 2 people. Moa's on the side, Tiki down there. He might have waited for the rest of the team to actually get there. And now we've got the assistance, so they knew they were coming. They knew for quite a while that the engage on the far point, on their own close point on henge is gonna come. So Red had a bit more time to prepare for that, just due to the early engage.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, look, and just on Azuban at the moment on the Henge, he was in a bit of trouble. Had to use mass invis as well to get off the point. Of course, it's not going to affect him massively. He needed to get the focus off him. He's on like 300 health and needs to be very careful and engaging back into that team fight. He's literally going to die if anyone just breathes on him, unfortunately. Same with Little as well on the blue team. He's having a lot of trouble. It's actually backed out all the way back to mid. And currently we do see Rena Silver as well down on the bottom of the stairs. Hoop, Hub's just gone down for the res. I think he's going to be fairly successful unless they can get the stomp. Not sure he's going to edging, res. Oh, wow.
Really close, and even the Elementalist to give some more damage aside from the cluster bombs didn't manage to keep him down. Now a good move, getting a Suban on the far point and getting the decap. Problem is he's pretty much without support and completely shut off from the rest of his teammates, and he's gonna get 3, maybe 4 people on there in a second, and Mesmer is not gonna be there for long.
No, this game is so even as well at the moment. It does feel like people are kind of, I don't know, you know, the rotations are not, you know, it's just reacting. I mean, they're not like good, massively good rotations. The Guardian is actually left out of a lot of the team fights on the blue team at the moment, whereas Tiki is kind of getting involved in the 2v2s and whatnot. And I think the blue Guardian is actually getting left on his own in a lot of situations, apart from at the moment on mid. And Rena's just going down as well, so he's got the best person to try and support to get the res, but the fear coming off onto him, he's got a lot of damage coming onto him, the Guardian at the moment, so he's got to pick, is he going to go for the res, or is he going to try and stay alive himself to keep the node until the rest of his team come back? I think he kind of went for a bit of both, and he's going to die on node as well.
And both is not going to work. You got the knockback once, no stability up for the stomp, but the second one is going to do it. Maybe the Mesmer can make it in time, but against 3 people, and especially with the thief on him, although he got him pretty close to death there. But Moa joining the fight and getting him down on the way there. And also not real domination. They managed to have 2 people there against Tiki for quite a while, and he just survived. So keeping the people busy there and managing to clean up mid. They should have had the support for mid a lot earlier, but they were just stuck at mine, not really getting anywhere, and they wanted the point.
Yeah, and it's going to keep them up. I actually think that people, if anyone respawns on red now, they're probably just going to head for that close point. And then Tiki's actually gone down over there now. The blue team actually might get control now of this far node, but they need to think about the rest of the map. Maybe think about getting some potential boss kills, but still, that's not something which is going to be too easy if the red team actually not being killed anywhere on the map, because the potential steal is going to happen. And they need to be careful now, because the Guardian and the Thief going into mid, they are going against the Ellie as well, and Moa, so they've got to take him down first.
Yeah, and they're spawn camping now. The Mesmer tried to leave a portal to get the assistance from the rest of the respawning team a little bit quicker to mid to just get the point back, but he died trying. Was picked off immediately by 2 people, and so there is something in mid missing now. We've got a 2v2, we've got little Chrissy now picked off on the way as well. Tiki and what was his name? Fixel.
Yeah.
Fixel just on the people while they're moving across the map. And while they're moving, they're a lot easier target than when they are actually in the team fight.
Yeah, that's the problem. And that respawn, like holding those guys up, gave them about 40, 50 points as well, unfortunately, because they did when they had the 2 cap anyway. And now red probably going to get the midpoint back with no one really anywhere near to stop that. And with the 2 cap, they really, really have to call this at the moment a red team game. But you know, it's still really, they could come back if they can get 2 cap. Blue can get possible 2 cap, and they're going for a boss still. They're going for a boss at the moment, and he really is going to get that. There's no one in range. Mo's not that fast.
I would pretty much say a comeback is out of the question, even though they have quite a good position in this team fight. They're not going to get the decap, and they lost mid again. Moa's on there, so the decap isn't going to happen that fast, and even the bosses aren't going to make up much of the 100-point difference we have between the 2 teams now. So the first game is going to go to in Karl we trust, but I gotta say, it was a lot closer than I imagined. They had some good domination in the team fights.
And red team were actually a bit stuck at the beginning as well. You know, they actually were losing a lot of the points and some of the fights, and the big team fight they kind of lost. But as soon as they started to go to side nodes, it really confused blue, and they lost their Guardian in the mid cap, and he wasn't able to get to those fights because he didn't want to lose the point. And then when he did, he went for a decap. The Guardian going for the decaps, you know, it's very risky, and you know they suffered from then on, unfortunately for them. But we'll see what they can do in the next map, and see if they can actually come back into this and get us to a 3rd game.
Especially if on this map they maybe managed to force the red team into the big team fights, because they were strong there.
Mm.
They were really strong, and they had a bit of problems with the rotation.
Going to be easier to, I guess it could be easier to force them. I mean, if they're going to, everyone's going to go to mid, you know, they blue want to try and get mid quite early if at all possible, and try and force them all there. Maybe just go for closer mid and concentrate on the 2 cap rather than the 2 side nodes like red did.
Yeah, well,
I don't know, you know.
A 3 cap is probably not going to work, because we saw the matchups, the 2v2s over the map. They were pretty much generally in favor for the red team, generally in favor in Karl we trust. But in the big team fights, they managed to get out some pretty good AoE and caught the, I don't know, maybe it was a little bit of a surprise factor. Red maybe got into this overconfident. And they caught them with a lot of AoE damage they weren't quite ready for, and a little bit out of position for that as well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like you said with the rotations in the 2v2s or the 4v4s or whatever, you know, the right people were in the right place, and it felt like, although it did seem like in the team fights, like in the bigger team fights, there wasn't really a clear focus target. People went down one after another, but it was more through cleave than anything else, like big AoE. I think red team suffered in that big AoE situation, so they need to try and get the LA maybe and the Guardian together and just kind of rotate their healing and condition removal.
Do we need to give them another go?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, they also seemed a bit lost. They had quite a bit of stuff to offer in this fight. They were able to at least match them in some respects, but once they had the 2 cap, in Karl we trust had the 2 cap and the D cap on the own point, they were a little bit lost. They got picked off while they were trying to reposition themselves, while they were trying to engage back into a big mid fight. Didn't quite properly regroup, and yeah, therefore kind of fell off the sides before even engaging in the fight.
Don't fall off the sides, boys and girls. Must do it now. You must get in the middle. Get in the middle of the fight. Don't fall off the sides. There's loads of falling off the sides potentially in this map, actually, which is quite good about this.
Meant more metaphorically than literally, but
I know,
sure.
I know. I'm just taking them. But you know, I mean, red want to stick away from that team fight. They're not doing well in it. We've said it a couple of times, but you know, we're going to see how they go as we're coming to the map now. In 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Got the ready up here in the second match in this best of 3 quarterfinals of the ESL Weekly Cup number 41. It's been so long.
Oh,
41.
Going over to the map now, we do see blue again. Look, they're committing fully to the mid fight, knowing that they can beat them, and actually need to know that they do need to. They've chucked at the moment just the ranger over on the close point. We do see a couple of blue. I think we see the blue Mesmer Zubin coming back over towards the waterfall now to help Wolverines as well. So I think in that 1v1, the Ellie actually suffered quite a lot there, but easily able to regen his health as he goes back to the point. I did believe, did he pop his he did pop his utility. He popped Armor of Earth quite early as well. So that down kind of on the Ranger is now going to go out of the way because he's using Cleansing Fire and not Mistform. So kind of a significant downing opportunity will be not available to them if they do get anyone from the blue team down over on the waterfall. So having a look at mid, does look like Reen has gone down actually on the point. He has been res. Needs to be careful when he gets involved in those big skirmishes because he can go down to cleave damage. And he's actually doing a good job at just going over towards the quarry at the moment.
Yeah, we had with the opener kind of the same thing they tried last game, and last game they managed to take out the Bunker Guardian really quickly, but this time they were a bit more prepared for that, although the opener left Tiki pretty open. The opener left him open, nice.
Tiki Pretty? I thought that was his character name. I was like, what the hell? He's a pretty guy.
Rena now caught a bit off guard, now completely off point. We might actually see an early cap in mid.
Yeah, but they're going to have they're having a couple of problems. Now, Wolven's actually over on the waterfall. If you have a look at him, his health was so low. We do see a Time Warp actually coming out over on the opposite side of the map now. I think it was yeah, of course, it was from Zubin, but he actually popped it down and then ran back into mid. And I think there's a bit of a rotation as we do see little Chris did come in, and he's doing a good job at regenning, but Wolvens is having big issues. He's been on low HP now for about 30 to 40 seconds.
Now down, but the knockback from downside manages to get Fixie off the stomp. Now a little bit of damage, just the interrupts, very nice on there, managing to almost get him down. He needs to abort the rest try. That's just not going to happen. The poison is on there, and now, oh, that's too few HP to actually try and get another rest on. But they have 2 people there. We're going to see a little bit of a swag stomp there. just the port for style.
Yeah, that's it. And Rena actually got the full cap over on the quarry, and is probably the only one getting any points for the blue team at the moment. And red team capping mid. Rena's back over in the midpoint. Probably needs to shift back over to quarry to try and engage the thief in a 1v1, but it's so low on HP, it's actually going to go down potentially. Oh, God.
121 HP.
Oh my God, stealthing to get rid of those conditions.
Does he really want to go on the waterfall that quick? He should probably wait to regen in full. No, engaging, got the immobilize, and now he's caught by the warrior in a CC chain. That's going to be the end of him. Not quite. Actually managed to go down, and Asura Male is on the point to assist him a little bit. But we got a 3 cap. The quarry was left undefended. Fixie wasn't there quick enough, got the cap, and now really strong aggression to the waterfall. They want to get 1 point, and they want to make sure they get it.
Yeah, unfortunately, red team really do have a 3 cap at the moment, and it's coming back from that 140 points already. You know, it really is an uphill struggle. Blue are really going to have to. It feels like if they just jumped onto a node and pushed slowly, that they could do it. But the thing is, you know, the points are going to catch up with them. They can't really do that. They need to start getting back into the game, split the team across the map. And already, again, Rena is down at mid. It's probably the only person who's been alive, actually, the whole time so far for the blue team. So the mobility's kind of gone there. And it does look like potentially the Mesmer's going to go down, trying to escape at the moment from the red team thief from Fixie, getting down that Chaos Storm just at the top of the stairs, which is going to stop him from getting in melee range. But he's still going to be able, of course, just to train him down as that kind of just runs off. And this 1v1 is happening at the moment just on the top of the midpoint, and it does look like, it feels like the thief is going to be able to take him down, just taking him down on point with a little bit of support there from Moa, just with the Torment stat coming out as well. And at the moment, Blue are really not having a good time in this game, dude. They cannot come back into it.
We have a try from Rena Silver to get the decap, but Fixie is on that, already applied the Venom, is trying... Yeah, oh, he really wants to go in the 1v1.
Yeah,
lost the initial engage, but he might do it. I don't know. Thieves managed to come back from pretty low health, and we're gonna have the assistance from Blue Marine there. So that's gonna be pretty much it. Yeah, 1 knockdown, and then Rena Silver goes down. Little Chrissy died. Well, he might actually be on point, but that's not gonna change much since Moa wants to stay on the point as well. And the 2v2 again. 2v2 apparently not really what they want to go for. We had the strong engage on Waterfall. We had their try and pretty much succeeding to get the big team fight, but the blue team actually wanted to split off and try and go to mid. Mid now at the moment not defended. The Blue Marine is now in the position to defend 2 points at once. We have little Chrissy going for it. Should come in any minute and really wants to force the 1v1 there.
There is absolutely no way Blue Team are going to come back into this at the moment. With 350 points ahead, not really getting on the scoreboard with 1 cap, and I don't know if they've got any kills yet, actually, other than over on Waterfall. But these guys, unfortunately, you know, from the word go, Red just dominated them. They pushed mid, took it, won the fight over at the Waterfall, did lose their close point, of course, but that was the thief just roaming around to get decap. He only decapped it, didn't fully cap it the first time, I believe, and then came back over to get the full cap.
Oh, nice fear there. Caught 3 people, interrupted the rest, and with that really doing a lot of damage. 2 down states now. Wooden Spirit having a little bit of a tough time there. Invis res from Asura Male got him back up, and at the side, Rena Silver being rest as well, a bit out of position to a bit out of the AoE spam we're seeing from the red team at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about this. Who was running this build? Was it Wolven, the Ranger build? I'm not sure this build is really benefiting them too much, to be, if I'm honest, over on this node at the moment. Like, it feels like it's, you know, a warrior. He's trying to get some kind of warrior into this. I can't even think about what word I mean there.
Warrior-ness.
But you know, he's playing the role of a warrior at the moment with all the, you know, the protection and stuff. But he's not as useful as potentially a warrior would be in this position. It feels like it should be a warrior, whereas because as they've actually got like an Ellie, with the protection and the survivability, and he's doing some okay damage. But a lot of the time, it feels like he's dodging or he's running away, and that's because Red are focusing him up. And you know, 504 to 17 points. Not as close as the last game at all.
No, I think we might actually be able to write off the first game as a bit of a warm-up, getting to know you game.
There is that, I guess, yeah, and like kind of working out who to focus, who's doing what. Not too sure if the Ranger's Spirit Ranger, things like that as well. But like, you know, in this map, it's very easy to. I think we said it last week. It's easy to stomp in this map just because of the way it snowballs and the way as soon as you get the mid cap, you know, you don't kind of want to return there so many times. And it felt like they could have gone to Quarry to try and push them over there, but they didn't. And, you know, it was just mid, close, Thief going for the close point of the red team. And it didn't really pay off in the end. And, you know, good to see them play. Hopefully we can see them come back and we can see some more experience. Maybe, you know, nerves and stuff come into it as well. So maybe there's a bit of that. But hopefully they'll go away, look at this game, and they'll come back and they'll improve. And, you know,
yeah.
Thank you for coming.
That's the thing with the ESL Weekly Cup newcomers. If they get stomped, keep at it. Just don't get discouraged by one